We've been busy rehearsing with the doc, so we're a little bit... Hi. Well, look yonder coming down that railroad track. Look yonder coming down that railroad track. Hey, it's the Orange Blossom Special. Bringing my baby back. Yeah, buddy. Are you done? You ready? Howdy, everybody. We hadn't done that in a while. Kind of got lost a little bit. Welcome to the Orange Blossom Opry. We're the Orange Blossom Opry Band, and once again, we have a packed house. Thank you all so much for coming out and supporting live music and supporting the Orange Blossom Opry. So, how many people are here for the first time? Never been to the Orange Blossom Opry before? One, a few over there. Okay, a couple over there. Well, thank you so much for coming. Dr. Carl Bennett is here today, everybody. So, he can fix your back and your neck. He's actually a doctor, and it's an absolutely wonderful show. If you're a fan of John Denver, you are absolutely in the right place because he's incredible. The band, we practiced a little bit. We know a couple of songs, don't we? We all right? We got two of them down? All right, so Might be hit or miss for us, but we'll get close to it. We want to welcome all the new folks, and again, everybody that comes out all the time to support the Opry. Howdy and welcome to you all. I want to take a second, and does that bother you at all when I do that, or no? It doesn't? Okay. All right. So, I'd like to take a second and introduce all the guys up here in the band, and so you all know who's playing, and then we'll get moving along. The gentleman over here on the left is looking awful handsome and dapper this afternoon. Yeah, well, he's damper, but that's another story. And he's from the great state of Illinois. Everybody? Anybody from Illinois? A couple people from Illinois. He's from the southern end, down where the folks say, y'all fixing to do this and that, right? They talk like that down there. Because how do they talk up north in Chicago?
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Say hello to our bass player. It's Kevin Kingston, y'all. The gentleman playing the fire out of the fiddle plays the fire out of anything he puts in his hands, ladies and gentlemen. He's probably one of the best steel players I've ever played with in my whole life, and better than anybody that I've ever played with. But he is also a very accomplished cowbell player. Ladies and gentlemen, on three, with a lot of love. On three. 1, 2, 3. There he is. That'd be him. The gentleman behind me is from the great state of Florida. He's the reason I'm here. He called me about 4 years ago and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Nothing." Got fired again. He said, "Okay, we'll come down here and see how long you last." And so here I am in almost year 4. I've made it. I got close, but never quite fired yet. But say hello to my pal. That's Todd Bowers back there, everybody. Speaking of fired, this is Mickey's. Oh, no, that's not. Hey, for those of you who are ever interested in golfing, you want to go out and golf with this guy because he's the real deal. As well as he plays guitar, he also plays golf that well. Please say hello to our lead guitar player. That's Mickey Adams, everyone. Who, by the way, last night, was anybody here last night? Got the biggest laugh. You got the biggest laugh of the night. So I sit up all night trying to think of funny things to say, and he just walks up there and goes, "Hi, I'm Mickey Adams," and the whole place goes crazy. So anyway, our piano players from the great state of Texas, Dallas, Texas. Say hello to our singer. That's Chris Cockburn, everyone. Let's see. Our sound man this evening is his last evening. Nathan, our regular sound man, is in Arizona, and his son or somebody's getting married, I don't remember, but the guy that was supposed to come and do sound for us bailed at the last second, and I'm telling you, I called people from all over the country to try to get someone to come and do sound for us, and Joe, who I've known for years, worked for Joe Diffie and everybody else in his house cat, run sound for everybody, said, "Well, I can't, I'm working." So after I ran through everybody, I called Joe back and said, "Look, man, I'm hurting." So he actually, he didn't cancel, but he got substitutes for his other 2 jobs, and he was very kind to come down here and run sound for us and did a spectacular job. Say hello to my friend Joe Christensen, everybody. There he is right there. Handsome devil, anyway. Our lady that does the videos, name is Karen, and there she is right there up in the crow's nest. Say hello to Karen. Fast Eddie is our light guy. He does a fine job up there. There he is right there in his patriotic outfit. That's Fast Eddie. And that's Nathan playing drums. That's kind of weird. Anyway, Fast Eddie. And Roger and Heather Byers are back from 2 weeks of unbelievable vacation. Roger, who owns the place, and his lovely wife, Heather, I'm telling you, I say to, because I'm fixing to get married, so do you have any ideas? Because he just took his wife on an absolutely incredible vacation. And I said, well, where'd you go? And he said, Indianapolis. But they're back. Say hello to Roger and Heather Byers. My name's Bobby Randall.
Ruling the roost, I had all the chicks to myself. Then suddenly happened the funny new feeling I felt. Well, it finally caught up with me. Yeah, but how can I run from something I can't see? Whoa, that little bitty teeny weeny thing they call the love bug. Nobody's ever seen it city, but it's got the whole world shook up. It all started with a little bitty kiss and a hug. It's a little bitty teeny weeny thing they call the love bug. Style, yeah, but I lost that grace. Look on country mile. Yeah, I was walking around with my head held way up high. Well, then it hit me, moved me, really took me by surprise. Whoa, that little bitty teeny weeny thing they call the love bug. Nobody's ever seen it, but it's got the whole world shook up. It all started with a little bitty kiss and a hug. A little bitty teeny weeny thing they call the love bug. Whoa, that little bitty teeny weeny thing they call the love bug. Nobody's ever seen it, but it's got the whole world shook up. It all started with a little bitty kiss and a hug. It's a little bitty teeny weeny thing they call the love bug. It's a little bitty teeny weeny thing they call the love bug.
So that's what our behavior is going to be like. Hey, where's Barb Miss? Is that her last name? Miss? It says Barb Miss. What? Is there somebody named Barb Miss? No.
Right there.
Yeah, right here.
Where? Yeah. Speak up, honey. You know, is that your last name? I'm not making fun
Miss?
of it. They pull jokes on me. So Miss is your last name. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. No, I didn't say that. So Barb Miss. Good gosh. Good gosh. Barb is having a birthday, is what I'm trying to say, right, Barb? And where are you from, hon?
Illinois.
Illinois. Do you know Kevin?
Yeah, hi. I used to call her Miss Barb.
Miss Barb. Well, that was my point, but somehow it got lost there. But anyway, is this your first time here at the Opry? Oh, you've been here before? Okay. Well, happy birthday to you from all of us here at the Orange Blossom Opry, Barb. We hope you have a spectacular birthday. And of course, I'd never ask you how old you are. That'd kind of be, yeah, I'd be kind of like a dumb fool to do that. But how much you weigh, Barb? Happy birthday, honey. Yep.
Last night I had a crazy dream. Wish was granted just for me. It could be for anything. I didn't ask for money or a match in Malibu. I simply asked for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, baby, I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. It'd leave me wishing still for one more day with you. One more day. First thing I do is ask for time to crawl. I'd unplug the telephone and leave the TV off. I'd hold you every second, say a million I love yous. That's what I'd do for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, baby, I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Would leave me wishing still for one more day with you. Y'all sing this to me. One more day, one more time. Oh, y'all are wonderful. One more sunset, baby, I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Would leave me wishing still for one more day. Leave me wishing still for one more day. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not in control. I'm out of control. Hey, I want to tell you something, folks. On May 20th, yeah, like I said, on the 20th of May, there's a big shindig going on here, and we'd like to invite you to that shindig. And what that shindig is Mr. Kingston over there, Dr. Kingston, Reverend Kingston, all of his aliases.
Father Kingston.
Father Kingston, yeah. Yeah, it was Father Kingston, and there's a wrestling joke about Father Kingston. But we won't talk about the half Nelson, full Nelson, Father Nelson. All right. Anyway, but he is going to do...
Bless your heart.
Bless my heart. He's going to do a show all night of Creedence Clearwater Revival music. Folks, you like that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Good songs, good songs.
And he's going to do it in black spandex.
Yeah. If I show up, that's what it's going to be.
Well, it's almost sold out. So if you're interested in coming, it's on the 20th of May. And
it's the night before
Christmas.
Christmas.
Well,
There it is.
Wow.
15 days. A little bit more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, my girlfriend's sitting over there somewhere. Are you there, honey? We got 15 days left. If you don't bail, I'll show up.
You got 8 days till your bachelor party. 9 days.
Dougie's trying to plan a bachelor party for me. I said, I don't want a bachelor party. I'm 70 years old. I don't need to go to a strip joint or any of those places.
Yeah, but we do.
You think this is for
That's
you?
not for you.
Father Kingston.
Yeah, that's a Father Kingston for you.
I'm the designated driver. I'm just going to,
Yeah.
don't drink.
Am I in the right key?
Yeah. It doesn't, by the way, I played that last song. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, what key we're in? Ready?
Just about a year ago, I set out on the road, seeking fame and fortune, looking for a pot of gold. Things got bad and things got worse. I guess you know that too. Oh Lord, stuck in no die again. riding on a Greyhound. I'll be walking out if I go. I was just passing through, must have been 7 months or more. Any time and money, it looks like they took my friends.
Oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again.
Oh, baby. Oh, again. The man from the magazine said I was on my way. Somehow I lost connections. I ran out of songs to play. Came into town, a one-night stand. Looks like my plans fell through.
Oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again.
You know, if I only had $1 for every song that I sung, every time I had to play, well, people said they're drunk. You know I catch the next train back to where I live.
Oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again.
I said,
Oh no, stuck in Lodi again.
oh yeah.
There you go. Kevin Kingston, everybody. Tuesday, May 20th.
Okay. All right.
I got a half right.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Well,
Yeah.
well, if Nathan and Caroline are listening out in Arizona, I'll send this out to Caroline. A 1, 2, 3. Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. Was in the spring, then spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hands, touching hands, reaching out, reach out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never were, but now I look at the night and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I hurt, Hurting runs off my shoulders.
That's terrible.
How can I hurt when holding you?
What?
Warm, touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. Oh, no, no. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. Sweet Caroline, I believe they never would. Oh, no, no, no. Well, thank you.
What the hell's the matter with you? We're going to try a new song on you. How about that?
How about that?
Do y'all mind? We do this thing called Friday Night Live. By the way, it was packed and sold out last night. It's for all you people who showed up. God bless you. Man, thank you so much. But we have to keep constantly learning new songs for Friday night. We played a new one last night, and we'd like to play it again. You don't care if we practice, do you? Let her rip, boys.
I was sitting there selling turnips on a flatbed truck, crunching on a pork rind when she pulled up. She had to be thinking this is where rednecks come from. Weirdsdale. She had Hollywood written on her license plate, lost in looking for the interstate, needing directions. I was a man with a job. I told her way up yonder by some coffee light, there's a little country store with an old coke sign. Gotta stop in and ask Miss Bell for some of her sweet tea. Then a left, we'll take you to the interstate. Better right, we'll bring you right back here to me. I was sitting there thinking about her pretty face, catching myself for not catching her name. I threw my hat, thought you fool, it could have been love. I knew my old Ford wouldn't run her down. She probably didn't like me anyhow. I turned this up here to a cloud of dust. I told her way up yonder past the caution light, there's a little country store with a no coke sign. Gotta stop in and ask Miss Bell for some of her sweet tea. Then a left, we'll take you to the interstate, but a right, we'll bring you right back here to me. Is this Georgia heat playing tricks on me, or am I really seeing what I think I see? The woman of my dreams coming back to me. something felt right when she stopped in and asked Miss Bell for some of her sweet tea. Mama gave her a big old glass, sent her right back here to me. Oh, thank God for good directions and turnip greens. That's some by God country music right there. Thank you.
That's Chris, everybody. All right. You want to do your line? You want to do your line?
Yes, sir.
Well,
Hi, my name's Mickey Adams. All right, thank you very much. I'd like to remind you that, August 26th.
Yeah.
2 shows. We're going to do tribute to Willie Nelson again. This will be on my 3rd one.
I caught Todd practicing for the show in the parking lot.
In the parking lot. Yeah, I've been playing a lot, practicing a lot.
Yeah.
Since then.
All right. We'll let that ride.
This is
Especially
a
with
great
the
country song. too.
John Denver show.
Who was once a book-looking son of a gun, who kept his pipe hidden out behind chute number 1, who was riding high till the pretty girl she rode into the ground. Any kid knows where to find me. I'm Bambi the rodeo clown. In the riding and the roping, I'm closing in on number 1. My dreams at night I'd ride upon a silver saddle that I've never won. Since she left me, the whiskey takes me to the rodeo grounds. All the girls think I'm a dandy. I'm Dandy the rodeo clown. Oh, I could ride 'em all. The bulls and the broncs knew I was boss. But the ride that woman took me on broke a whole lot more than this old cowboy's bones. See the tears on my makeup melt my painted smile into a frown. Any kid knows where to find me. I'm Bambi the rodeo clown. Come on, Doug, play one. Oh, I could ride 'em all. The bulls and the broncs knew I was boss. The ride that woman took me on broke a whole lot more than this old cowboy's heart. The tears on my makeup melt my painted smile into a frown. Any kid knows where to find me. I'm Bambi the rodeo clown. All the cowboys think I'm handy. I'm Bambi
Mickey Adams, everybody.
Well, stand in line, bargain time, waiting on the welfare dime, 'cause they can't buy a job. Then an old man, six-suit, hurries by, catching poor old lady's eyes. Just for fun, he says, get a job. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Well, hey, little boy, you can't go where the others go. They don't look like you do. Well, hey, old man, how can you stand to think that way? Did you really think about it before you made the rules? Then he laughed and he said, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Don't you believe it? Those who ain't got a little more, 'cause it only goes so far. Oh, life don't change in another's eyes. All they see is the high time. Oh, it's a line in the color barn. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is.
It's Chris, everybody, huh? Good job.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So I need to tell you about a couple things that are going on this summer. We have a summer series that's fixing to start here in a couple of weeks. I think it starts in June. And there's a bunch of country music folks from Nashville, Tennessee. Where else would they be from? And they'd be coming down here to sing, of course, country music. And what you can do is for that ticket price, you can buy one ticket and buy one ticket and then come to all the rest of the concerts free. That's one way to look at it. But you could, hey man, I'm a salesman here, okay? I get done with this, I'm going to try to sell you on Amway. Anyway, You can go up. You can go to buy a ticket and see all these folks. There's John Barry's coming. Ty Herndon will be here. Michelle Wright will be here. Jeff Bates will be here, and Norman Bates will be here. I don't know.
I see Mr. Big's going to be here.
Yeah. No, that's the price of the ticket. Big.
Oh, okay.
Kathy Bates, maybe. I don't know.
John McEnroe's going to be
Yeah,
here.
not John McEnroe. It's John McEwen.
Oh, okay,
John
okay.
McEwen. That's why I have to make the announcements.
Okay.
It's
Well, I was just trying to help.
Yeah, well, I know, but anybody else that you think's coming? That's it.
No, I don't know. They took it off the screen.
Well, yeah. That's,
Well, there it is. I mean, Wade Hayes. Did you say Buddy Jewell?
Buddy Jewell will be here too. Y'all know Buddy Jewell? He's got a couple big songs out anyway. And the Orange Blossom Opry Band. I say this all the time, y'all. For you new folks, Google my name because I don't want to sit up here and tell you all the things I've done. But I've been a lucky guy. I've played in a couple of really famous bands. But I say this all the time. I have never in my life played in a band that's any better than the Orange Blossom Opry Band. These guys have to learn all kinds of songs. Every week, we constantly have to learn at least 10, 15 songs. So that's going on this summer. Macy Mack will be here next weekend on Saturday, Macy Mack fans. There's a few tickets left for that, but I don't think there's many tickets. So what I'm trying to tell you, my final sales pitch is this. If you're thinking about coming to a show or you have your eye on something, you might want to grab a ticket for it because a lot of the shows are sold out. So we want to make sure everybody gets out here to see a show. So let's see, I told next Friday night, all that stuff. Any George Strait fans? Well, we're not going to do any of that song, but anyway. Hit it, fellas. Huh? Did he sell out? Yeah, George Strait will not be here. But anyway, we'll do our best to be George Strait. How's that? All right, fellas. Well, excuse me, but I think you got my chair. No, that one's not taken, I don't mind. If you sit here, I'll be glad to share. Well, it's usually packed here on Friday nights. If you don't mind, could I talk you out of a line? Oh, thank you. Could I drink you a bite? Oh, listen to me. What I mean is, can I buy you a drink? Anything you please. Oh, you're welcome, but I don't think I caught your name. Are you waiting for someone to meet you here? Well, that makes two of us. Glad you came. No, I don't know the name of the band, but they're good. Aren't they? Would you like to dance? Hey, I like this song too. It reminds me of you and me, baby. Do you think there's a chance that later on I could drive you home? No, I don't mind at all. See, I like you too, and to tell you the truth, that wasn't my chair after all. Hey, I like you too, and to tell you the truth, that wasn't my chair after all. Thank you, everybody. All right. Well, we got 15 more songs, so we got to move along. We hope you had a great time once again. We're the Orange Blossom Opry Band. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. We're going to do one more song, take a short break, and we'll be right back with the music of Madonna. No, that's who's tonight?
Carl.
Oh,
Mr.
Dr.
Denver.
Carl's tonight. Yeah, Dr. Carl's
And
tonight.
he will be doing some Madonna.
That ought to be a gas. Sound in tune there, Joe? Am I in tune, you reckon? Here I go. Rolling down the backwoods Tennessee byway with one arm on the wheel, holding my lover with the other, a sweet soft southern thrill. Worked hard all week, I got a little jingle on a Tennessee Saturday night. I couldn't feel better, I'm together with my Dixieland delight. Spend my dollar, parked in a holler neath the mountain moonlight. Hold her up tight, make a little loving, a little turtle doving on a Mason-Dixon night. It's my life, oh so right, my Dixieland delight. Come on, Mickey. White-tailed buck deer munching on clover, red-tailed hawk sitting on a limb, chubby old groundhog croaking bullfrog, as free as a feeling in the wind. A homegrown country girl gonna give me a whirl on a Tennessee Saturday night. I'm a lucky as a seven, I'm a living in heaven with my Dixieland delight. Spend my dollar, parked in a holler neath the mountain moonlight. Hold her up tight, make a little loving, a little turtle doving on the Mason-Dixon night. It's my life, oh so right, my Dixieland delight. Look out now. All right, fellas. Come on, Dougie. Let her go, boys. Let her go. Yo! Spend my dollar, parked in a holler neath the mountain moonlight. Hold her up tight, make a little loving, a little turn doving on Mason-Dixon night. It's my life, yeah, oh so right, my Dixieland delight. Come on, son. Doug Stuck on the fiddle, everybody. We're the Orange Blossom Opry Band. Thank you so much. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with Dr. Carl Bennett and the music of John Denver, everyone. Thank you. Okay? I think we are as well anyway. We are really excited to have Dr. Carl here. I'm telling you something. I've been here 4 years, and I met him probably 4 years ago, and he was just kind of getting this John Denver thing rolling. And every time he comes, he sells out the auditorium here. He's an absolutely wonderful performer and a great guy. So everybody make a bunch of noise for Dr. Carl Bennett, everybody.
Country boy.
Nice shirt.
That's pretty good. We didn't even start, and we got the first far out thrown out. That's great. All right, you ready? It's a long way from LA to Denver. Long time to hang in the sky. Long way home to Starwood and Aspen, the sweet Rocky Mountain paradise. Oh, my sweet Rocky Mountain paradise. Springtime is rolling round slowly. Gray skies are bringing me down. Can't remember when I've ever been so lonely. I forgot what it's like to be home. Can't remember what it's like to be home. And I think on my lady, sweet memories. I think on my children, sweet smile. I think on my home in Starwood and Aspen, all my friends and the snow-covered hills. Oh, my friends are the snow-covered hills. And I tell you, I'm happy to be here, yes I am, to share and consider this time. For I see here the shadows of changes and a feeling of new friends to find. And I see here some new friends to find. It's a long way from this place to Denver, yes it is. A long time to hang in the sky. A long way home to Starwood and Aspen, my sweet Rocky Mountain paradise. Oh, my sweet Rocky Mountain paradise. Thank you very much. Good evening. Y'all ready for some John Denver music? A lot of people ask me, Carl, how'd you get started with this? Well, I figure I'd take a minute right now and tell you that. It was the summer of 1974 when Annie's song came out. I was at the YMCA in Daytona Beach, and every day swimming I would hear that song, and I just fell in love with it. And I started listening to some more of John's songs, and kind of, if you'll pardon the pun, it struck a chord with me in my life, and here we are all these years later. Well, anyway, we got a lot of songs, as usual, we want to do for you. I want to try to get through as many as we can. We got about 20. Y'all okay with that? 'Cause, But we would like you to sing along. This is there again, the wig and the glasses, the John Denver experience. We want you to give you the full effect here. So anyway, anytime you feel like singing along, please feel free to do that. Just try to sing the same song we're singing, and it'll work out a whole lot better. This song was originally called "Oh Babe, I Hate to Go," pitched to Peter, Paul, and Mary, and they made a hit with it. But you know it better as "Leaving on a Jet Plane." All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking this early morn. The taxi's waiting, he's blown his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me, and hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. So many times I let you down, so many times I laid around. I'll tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I sing, I'll sing for you. When I come back, I'll bring your wedding ring. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me, and hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Time's come to leave you. One more time, let me kiss you and close your eyes, and I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave alone. About the time I won't have to say, y'all sing it with us. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me, and hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. But I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. What'd I miss? The what? The cable? It's all right, I'm not going to need that. I hope. I can throw it? You're a lot of fun, I'll tell you. There's a storm across the valley. The clouds are rolling in. The afternoon is heavy on your shoulders. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away. The whining of his wheels just makes it colder. He's an hour away from riding on your prayers up in the sky. And 10 days on the road are barely gone. There's a fire softly burning, and supper's on the stove. But it's the light in your eyes that keeps him warm. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. There's all the news to tell him. Honey, how do you spend your time? Tell me, what's the latest thing the neighbors say? And your mother called last Friday, and sunshine made her cry. You felt the baby move just yesterday. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Yes, it is. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. And all the time that I can't lay this tired old body down, I feel your fingers feather soft upon me, yeah. The kisses that I live for, the love that lights my way, and happiness living with you brings me. It's the sweetest thing I know of, just spending time with you. It's a little thing that make a house a home, like a fire softly burning, supper's on the stove. But it's the light in your eyes that keeps me warm. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Yes, it is. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. Let us hear you now. Hey, it's good to be back home again. You know it is. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend of mine. And hey, it's good to be back home again. I said, hey, it's so good to be back home again. How about this band up here? What a privilege to get to play with these guys, and I'm thankful that I can call them friends. Y'all call me friends too?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got a message up here. Miss Barb has a birthday today? Did we already cover this? Okay. Hang on a minute.
Ask her what her last name is.
How much she weighs. Maybe you could get away with it.
Not a chance. Well, John's father was raised on a small family farm in Oklahoma, and he was the oldest boy of about 2 boys and, let's see, 9 boys and 2 girls. I got to get that story right. Anyway, the second youngest of his brothers was John's Uncle Dean, and they were just a few years apart. Dean was a little bit older. And Dean and John were very close. They worked together on the farm in wheat harvest, and Dean was kind of a mentor to John. And right around Dean's 21st birthday, he was tragically killed in a car accident. And that, of course, was a very sad time for John. And so he sat down and he wrote this song called Matthew. I had an uncle named Matthew, was his father's only boy. Sorry, guys. Born to South Colby, Kansas, was his mother's pride and joy. Joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love was just a way to live and die. Gold is just a windy Kansas wheat field. Blue is just a Kansas summer sky. And all the stories that he told me back when I was just a lad, all the memories that he gave me, all the good times that he had. Growing up a Kansas farm boy, life was mostly having fun. Riding on his daddy's shoulder, behind a mule beneath the sun. Joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love was just a way to live and die. Gold is just a windy Kansas wheat field. Blue is just a Kansas summer sky. Well, I guess there were some hard times, and I'm told some years were lean. I had a storm in 47. Twister came and stripped him clean. He lost the farm and lost his family, lost the wheat and lost his home. But he found the family Bible, a faith as solid as a stone. Joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love was just a way to live and die. Gold is just a windy Kansas wheat field. Blue is just a Kansas summer sky. So he came to live at our house, and he came to work the land. Came to ease my daddy's burden, and he came to be my friend. So I wrote this down for Matthew. It's to him this song is sung. Riding on his daddy's shoulders, behind a mule beneath the sun. Joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love was just a way to live and die. Gold is just a windy Kansas wheat field. Blue is just just a Kansas summer sky. Yes, and joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love was just a way to live and die. Gold is just a windy Kansas wheat field in blue. Just a Kansas summer sky. Thank you very much. Well, this next song is kind of a audience participation song. I don't know if they like that. Y'all get to clap on this one. Let the guys load up their instruments back here. I go ahead. All right, everybody, clap your hands. Well, life on the farm and kind of laid back. Ain't much an old country boy that me can't hack. It's early to rise and early in a sack. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, the simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on the farm. Days are all filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. When the work's all done and the sunset low, pull out my fiddle and I'm rosin up the bow. Kids are all asleep, so I keep it kind of low. Thank God I'm a country boy. I'd play a Sally Gooden all day if I could, but the Lord and my wife wouldn't take it very good. So I fiddle when I can, work when I should. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. My life for diamonds or jewels, I never was one of them money-hungry fools. Rather have my fiddle than my farming tools. Thank God I'm a country boy. Yeah, city folks driving in a black limousine. A lot of sad people thinking that's a mighty keen. Son, let me tell you now exactly what I mean. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Fiddle was my daddy's till the day he died, and he took it by the hand, held me close to his side. Said, live a good life, play my fiddle with pride. Thank God you're a country boy. Yeah, my daddy taught me young how to hunt and how to whittle, taught me how to work and play a tune on the fiddle, taught me how to love and how to give just a little. And thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Woo! Thank God I'm a country boy, yeah. Great song. You know, what's interesting is, I kind of set the tempo on that, and however fast I started it, guess what? That's where it stays. Well, John did some work with Frank Sinatra back in the mid-'70s. He did. And one night they were having a conversation, And Frank was talking to John, and he said, you know, John, yeah, I love your songs. You got a bunch of great songs, but you don't have a saloon song. And John, well, what is that? What do you mean? He said, you know that song that, you know, you're in a bar late at night, and you're sitting there by yourself, and all of a sudden this song comes on the jukebox, and it's just so sad. And he said, John, you need to have one of those songs. And John, well, yeah, John said he would. So in order to write one of those songs, I guess you kind of had to go to a bar and be there. So John went to the bar, and he's sitting there, and 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, song came on. And, you know, and he'd been there. He was really feeling down. He was feeling sad. And he was there so long that he started to feel good about feeling bad. And as so often happened with John, all of a sudden a song kind of came by. And it's this next song. And I want to dedicate this to our new friend, Crystal. She's here tonight. We had an opportunity to meet with her and her husband the other night, and we got a chance to sing some of these songs. So, Crystal, this is for you. Usually in the morning, I'm filled with sweet belonging, and everything is beautiful to see. Even when it's raining, the sound of heaven singing is simply joyful music to me. But sometimes I feel like a sad song, like I'm all alone without you. So many different places, a million smiling faces, and life is so incredible to me. Especially to be near you, and how it is to touch you. Oh, paradise was made for you and me. Sometimes I feel like a sad song, like I'm all alone without you. I know that life goes on just perfectly, and everything is just the way that it should be. Still, there are times when my heart feels like breaking, and anywhere is where I'd rather be. And oh, and in the nighttime, I know that it's the right time to hold you close, to say I love you so. To have someone to share with, and someone I can care with, and that is why I wanted you to know. Sometimes I feel like a sad song, like I'm all alone without you. Sometimes I feel like a sad song, like I'm all alone without you. without you. You like that? Just to look in your eyes again, just to lay in your arms, just to be the first one, always there for you, just to live in your laughter, just to sing in your heart, just to be every one of your dreams come true, just to sit by your window, just a touch in the night, just to offer a prayer each day for you, just to long for your kisses, just to dream of your side, just to know that I'd give my life for you. For you, for the rest of my life, for you, all the best of my life, for you alone, only for you. Just to wake up each morning, just you by my side, just to know that you're never really far away, just a reason for living, just to say I adore, just to know that you're here in my heart to stay. For you, all the rest of my life, for you, for the best of my life, for you alone, only for you. Just the words of a love song, just the beat of my heart, just a pledge of my life, my love for you. Thank you very much. I believe that John wrote that song for his second wife, if I remember that right. Y'all correct me if we find otherwise. Third wife? There was no third wife. John was always amazed at where songs came from. He often felt that he really had very little to do with it. He'd just be off somewhere doing something, and a song would just kind of float by, and that was the case with this next song. He was going up a ski lift one day, had just come off of a breakup and reconciliation with his first wife, Annie. And he was going up the ski lift, took about 10 minutes, and he noticed, I don't know if y'all have ever been outside after a rain in the afternoon, how sometimes crisp the colors are, everything just pops, the sound is so clear, the sky is that beautiful blue, and it was just filling up his senses. And by the time he got down to the bottom of the mountain, he had written the song. I was supposed to sing this song for Bobby and Sandy at their wedding coming up here in a couple of weeks. And I did not realize I had a previous engagement until about a week ago, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do it. So I'm going to dedicate this song, Bobby, to you and Sandy, if that's all right. You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Come, let me love you. Let me give my life to you. Let me drown in your laughter. Let me die in your arms. Let me lay down beside you. Let me always be with you. Come, let me love you. Come, love me again. Let me give my life to you. Come, let me love you. Come, love me again. You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Thank you. Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome, man, and I really hate missing it. I would love to be there.
Well, we could move the date.
Now you tell me.
I'd be dead.
I have a feeling you're right. Usually I have one of my granddaughters come up and help me with this song, but she's doing other things tonight, so y'all are stuck with just me, folks. There's a line in this song, I got to tell you this. There's a line in this song that it caught her ear. It said, "If I had a tail, I would tell you." She looked at him, she says, "Papa, you don't have a tail." Out of the mouth of babes, right? Picture being up in Minnesota, late winter, early spring. And that's one year John was up there and he was looking out the window. And it was dreary and cold and rainy and just gray all over. And he longed to see sunshine. And somewhere in all that, this song came about. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a day that I could give you, I'd give to you a day just like today. If I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song to make you feel this way. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a tale that I could tell you, I'd tell a tale sure to make you smile. If I had a wish that I could wish for you, I'd make a wish, the sunshine all the while. Sunshine makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. Sunshine almost all the time makes me high. Sunshine almost always. Great song, great song. I've got some dear friends watching tonight on Facebook Live. I'll tell you, we get folks listening and watching from all over the world. A good friend of mine I grew up with, Ann, she's watching there in Port Orange. And a sweet lady named Roberta, she contacts me most mornings and wishes me a great day. I tell you, I love these people. Anyway, so hope y'all are enjoying the show. Somewhere in all this, we hope to sing your favorite song, or favorite John Denver song anyway. John did some work with Jacques Cousteau back in the mid-'70s as well as with Frank Sinatra. And they were down off the coast of Belize, and he went down there diving with Jacques Cousteau. And when he got aboard the ship and got his gear stowed away, he had this chorus going, and it said, "I, Calypso, the places you've been to." And just about the time it takes to say it, he had the chorus of it, but he just could not get the words to it, the verses. And he tried, he was hoping to be able to sing it for the crew while he was on the ship, and it just didn't happen. And so he came home and he kept working at it, and this went on for a number of months, and finally one day he says, "I give up, it's just not going to happen." And then sometime later, within the year, I think it was, he actually, I think he was skiing again, and he got this sudden urge to get back to his studio there at home. And out of that, this song came about, called Calypso. Sail on a dream, on a crystal clear ocean, to ride on the crest of a wild raging storm, to work in the service of life and the living, in search of the answers to questions unknown, to be part of the movement, part of the growing, part of beginning to understand. I, Calypso, the places you've been to, things that you've shown us, the stories you tell. I, Calypso, I sing to your spirit, the men who have served you so long and so well. I, like the dolphin we guide you, you bring us beside you, to light up the darkness and to show us the way. Although we are strangers in your silent world, to live on the land we must learn from the sea. To be true as a tide, and free as a wind swell, joyful and loving in letting it be. Oh, I Calypso, the places you've been to, things that you've shown us, the stories you tell. I Calypso, I sing to your spirit, the men who have served you so long and so well. I Calypso, the places you've been to, things that you've shown us, the stories you tell. I Calypso, I sing to your spirit, the men who have served you so long and so well. Thank you very much. Y'all are really kind. I tell you, I've been working on that yodel, and I don't know, it just isn't there. But hey, we're getting better, okay? How do you do that, right? I don't know. Working on a yodel. All right, there we go. Oh, got to get the guitar tuned right for this one. Can Bobby do that? What's the key to that, Bobby?
Pray.
Pray.
Yeah.
Hearing aids. That's the
Oh, man. Neil McCoy told me this was his favorite John Denver song. How's that for name dropping? This is an old one here. Well, I've been lately thinking about my lifetime, all the things I've done and how it's been. And I can't help believing in my own mind. I know I'm gonna hate to see it end. I've seen a lot of sunshine, slept out in the rain, spent a time or two all on my own. I've known my lady's pleasures and had myself some friends, spent a night or two in my own home. And I have to say it now, it's been a good life all in all. It's really fine to have the chance to hang around and lie there by the fire and watch the evening tire while all my friends and my sweet lady sit and watch the sun go down and talk of poems and prayers and promises and things that we believe in. How sweet it is to love someone, how right it is to care, and how long it's been since yesterday. What about tomorrow? What about our dreams and all the memories we've shared? Well, the days they pass so quickly now, nights are seldom long. The time around me whispers when it's cold. Changes somehow frighten me, still I have to smile. It turns me on to think of growing old. But oh, my life's been so good to me, there's still so much to do. So many things my mind has never known. I'd like to raise a family, I'd like to sail away and dance across the mountains on the moon. And I have to say it now, it's been a good life all in all. It's really fine to have the chance to hang around. Lie there by the fire and watch the evening tire while all my friends and my sweet lady sit and watch the world go round. Talk of poems and prayers and promises and things that we believe in. How sweet it is to love someone, how right it is to care. How long it's been since yesterday. What about tomorrow? What about our dreams and all the memories we've shared? Thank you very much. That one came early in John's career. It's always been one of my favorites. All right. Well, here's one that I think you guys know, right? They go, which one we doing here? Right? Don't look at me with that tone of voice. He was born in the summer of his 27th year, coming home to a place he'd never been before. Left yesterday behind him, you might say he was born again. Might say he found the key for every door. When he first came to the mountains, his life was far away and on the road and hanging by a song. But the string's already broken and he doesn't really care. Keeps changing fast and it don't last for long. And the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. The shadows from the starlight are softer than a lullaby. Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High. He climbed Cathedral Mountain, saw silver clouds below, saw everything as far as you can see. And they say that he got crazy once and he tried to touch the sun, and he lost a friend but kept his memory. Now he walks in quiet solitude, the forest and the stream, seeking grace in every step he takes. His side is turned inside of himself to try and understand the serenity of a clear blue mountain lake, and the Colorado Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. You can talk to God, listen to the casual reply. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Now his life is full of wonder, but his heart still knows some fear of the simple thing he cannot comprehend. While they try to tear the mountains down, they're bringing a couple more people, more scars upon the land. And the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. No, he'd be a poor man if he never saw an eagle fly. Rocky Mountain High, it's a Colorado Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. Friends around the campfire and everybody's high. Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High. I did it again, didn't I, guys? I skipped the song,
skipped
didn't I?
one.
I skipped one.
That's all right.
And y'all, that you don't do that to the band. No wonder they were looking at me funny.
We were confused.
I realized it about halfway through the song. I'm like, this guy's gonna kill me.
Doctor,
Yes.
there's a little known fact that you might not be aware of
Wait
about
for
John Denver.
What about John Denver?
Secretly, he always wanted to be a chiropractor.
Oh my
But-
my.
But it just wasn't all it was cracked up to be.
That's one for Dougie. Funny thing was, John was a big chiropractic supporter, and I was very blessed to get to meet with John on an occasion. And one of the things we discussed was chiropractic. He very much was a fan of that. So, yeah. Yeah. So yeah. I think that was about November the 2nd, 1991.
What time?
I don't know. It was probably around this time, I'm guessing. All right, well, I'm going to go back and do this song because if I don't, I'm going to hear about it by everybody. Oh, man, this is actually a Michael Martin Murphey song. Is he coming back here, by the way? Have we heard anything about
Who?
Michael Martin Murphy?
Coming here?
You had me all set to open for him, and then COVID happened.
Yeah, well, he was, but I don't know.
I like
we'll
Murph.
check with
I
Roger.
hope he does.
Roger he's given us some finger. I can't tell which one it is.
Oh, gee. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Because he called the forest brother. Because he called the earth his mother. They drove him out into the rain. Some people even said, boy from the country was insane. Because he spoke to fish in the creek. He tried to tell us that the animals could speak. Who knows? Perhaps they do. I know they do. How do you know they don't? Just because they've never spoken to you. Boy from the country left his home when he was young. Boy from the country, he loved the sun, yes he does. He tried to tell us that we should love the land. We just turned our heads and laughed. See, we did not understand. Sometimes I think the boy from a country is the only one who sees. The boy from the country doesn't want to see the forest for the trees. Boy from the country left his home when he was young. Boy from the country, he loved the sun. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. Thank you very much. Great song. I was in downtown Atlanta, Georgia on March 16th, 1984, and attending a John Denver show there at the Fox Theater downtown. And John walked out on the stage and he picked up his guitar and went into that song, and I said, man, one day I would love to be able to play that song. Here we are. You were doing what? Digging for the chart? Is that what happened? See what happens. You throw them a curve and... Great, yeah. There we go. Some days are diamonds, right, guys? Yes, sir. when you ask how I've been here without you, I like to say I've been fine, and I do. But we both know the truth is hard to come by. And if I told the truth, that's not quite true. Some days are diamonds, some days are stone. Sometimes the hard time won't leave me alone. Sometimes the cold wind blows a chill in my bones. Some days are diamonds, some days are stone. Now the face that I see in my mirror more and more is a stranger to me. More and more I can see there's a danger in becoming what I never thought I'd be. Some days are diamonds, some days are stone. Sometimes a hard time won't leave me alone. Sometimes a cold wind blows a chill in my bones. Some days are diamond, some days are stone. Some days are diamonds, some days are stone. Sometimes a hard time won't leave me alone. Sometimes a cold wind blows a chill in my bones. Some days are diamond, some days are stone. Some days are diamond, some days are stone. Sometimes the hard time won't leave me alone. Sometimes the cold wind blows a chill in my bones. And some days are diamonds, some days are stone. Some days are diamonds, some days are stone. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All righty. Dougie, you got your banjo?
Hardly anybody ever says that to me.
Am I on the right song this time?
Yep. Yes, sir.
All righty. Ready when you are, Dougie. Any of y'all got the cowbells tonight? There we go.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. When I was a little bitty boy just off the floor, we used to go out to Grandma's house every month or so. Had chicken pie and country ham, homemade butter on the bread. But the best darn thing about Grandma's house was a great big feather bed. It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 4 and 11 geese, and the whole boat of cloth for the dick. It'd hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs, and a piggy we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. After supper we'd sit around the fire, the old folks spit and chew. Pa would talk about the farm and the war, and her granny sing a ballad or two. I'd sit and listen, watch the fire till the cobwebs filled my head. Next thing I know, I'd wake up in the morning in the middle of the old feather bed. It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 4 and 11 geese, and the hull bought a cloth for the tick. And it'd hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs, and a piggy we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. Well, I love my ma and I love my pa, love Granny and Grandpa too. I've been fishing with my uncle, wrestled with my cousin, even kissed Aunt Lou. Ooh, but if I ever had to make a choice, I guess it ought to be said that I'd trade them all, plus the gal down the road for Grandma's feather bed. Yeah, I'd trade them all, plus the gal down the road.
All right.
What do you think, Chris? Would you who would you trade?
My ex.
You're- All right. Let's take a poll here. Mickey,
I already did.
who would you trade?
His ex.
All right. Doug?
I don't even know his ex.
Go ahead, Bobby. Take a shot at this one.
I'm getting married. I plead the fifth.
All right, Kevin.
I
who
don't
you
even
gonna
know what
trade?
you're talking about.
Well, I don't know. I think we could trade Aunt Lou, right?
Yeah.
It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 4 and 11 geese, and a whole but a cloth for the dick. It hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs, and a piggy we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. So my wife has been trying to get me to do this next song for a while. What? Now you want to call. And so we're going to take a crack at it here.
You see Todd. There we go.
I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and play along. Why not?
No, no.
They turn on you fast around here, folks. In the airport lounge she sat in a fancy feathered hat, the grandest lady I had ever seen. Outside the heavy rain had grounded all the planes, so I asked her if she'd like some company. In my rhinestone-studded suit, my cowboy hat and boots, I must have been a sight for her to see. But she said, pull up a chair, as she fumbled with her hair. more unlikely pair you'll never see. I was Mogan David Wine, she was Shapley 59. But there we sat, the cowboy and the lady. She was evenings at the opera and summers in Paris. I was Grand Ole Opry, Nashville, Tennessee. The cowboy and the lady, as different as can be, but it seemed so right that rainy night in Tennessee. And somewhere in between her Harvey's Bristol cream and the beer I drank and the easy company, we somehow came together for a night of stormy weather. Now there's a little bit of class in this old cowboy. There's a little bit of cowboy in the lady. The cowboy and the lady, as different as can be, but it seems so right that rainy night in Tennessee. We somehow came together for a night of stormy weather. Now there's a little bit of class in this old cowboy. There's a little bit of cowboy in the lady. How we doing? Have we sang your favorite yet? No? Uh-oh. All right, we just got a few more songs here. Y'all, everybody good? All right. One time John was driving up the Pacific Coast Highway there from Los Angeles one day. And he was 3 or 4 hours into the trip, and he just was feeling down, and he just was kind of sad, and just in a moment, he started thinking about, the fact that he got to do the thing that he wanted to do more than anything else, and that was to sing for all of you and myself. And suddenly it kind of turned around for him. He was very happy about that, and so, as so often happens with John, a song kind of came by, and he wanted us to know that this next song is for all of us. Song called Perhaps Love. Perhaps love is like a resting place, a shelter from the storm. It exists to give you comfort. It is there to keep you warm. And in those times of trouble, when you are most alone, the memories of love will bring you home. Perhaps love is like a window, perhaps an open door. It invites you to come closer. It wants to give you more. And even if you lose yourself and don't know what to do, the memories of love will see you through. Oh, love for some is like a cloud, for some is strong as steel, for some a way of living, for some a way to feel. And some say love is holding on, and some say letting go, and some say love is everything, and some say they don't know. Perhaps love is like the ocean, full of conflict, full of pain, like a fire when it's cold outside, or thunder when it rains. If I should live forever and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you. Some say love is holding on, and some say letting go, and some say love is everything, and some say they don't know. Perhaps love is like a mountain, full of conflict, full of change, like a fire when it's cold outside, or thunder when it rains. If I should live forever and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you. How we doing? Everybody still good? All right. This is about the third song John wrote, and I think it was the first that he basically recorded. About one of his old girlfriends. This is for Bobby. Not that Bobby. I'll walk in the rain by your side. I'll cling to the warmth of your hand. I'll do anything to make you satisfied, and I'll love you more than anybody can. And the wind will whisper your name to me. Little birds will sing along in time, and leaves will bow down when you walk by, and morning bells will chime. I'll be there when you're feeling down, to kiss away the tears that you cry. I'll share with you all the happiness I've found, a reflection of the love in your eyes. And I'll sing you the songs of the rainbow, a whisper of the joy that is mine. And leaves will bow down when you walk by, and morning bells will chime. Thank you very much. Well, I've had a wonderful time tonight. How about y'all? Anybody? Get rid of the hardware here.
You're making a mess.
I'll come back and clean it up. This will happen. Okay. I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I'm going to sit for this one. Is that all right with you guys? There we go. Well, I tell you, I've been very blessed to be able to play here at the Orange Blossom Opry. And for those of you that don't know, I started here about 8 years ago, right around this time. The first time I came here for a jam night, and we called them that on Thursday nights. Now they're showcase nights. And I remember my first time, I was scared to death. I got up and played the only 2 songs at that time I knew how to play. And I really didn't know what to expect, but I just wanted to play on the big stage just once, just one time. Well, things work out, and here we are 8 years later doing shows. And if you'd have told me this 8 years ago that if you'd have told me 8 years ago I'd be doing this, I'd have said, "You're out of your mind," you know. Well, wait a minute. I need one of my other tools. Look. That stool.
Is there a nurse in the house? You need help?
All right.
My girlfriend's a pharmacist. She can get you some medication, sir.
I may need it. I don't know. But anyway, I've had this guitar with, or a guitar with me, not this one, for a large part of my adult life. I've had a guitar with me everywhere that I've gone, kind of like John did. He started fairly young, and it's opened a lot of doors for me, like here at the Orange Blossom Opry, and so I'm very thankful for that. This is a song that John did years ago about a guitar that he had lost for a while, and then after a few years got it back. Very happy to do that. And this song is called "This Old Guitar." This old guitar taught me to sing a love song, showed me how to laugh and how to cry, introduced me to some friends of mine, brightened up my days, helped me make it through some lonely nights. Whoa, what a friend to have on a cold and lonely night. This old guitar gave me my lovely lady. It opened up her eyes and ears to me. It brought us close together, and I guess it broke her heart. But it opened up the space for us to be. What a lovely place, lovely space to be. You help me sing my songs out there on the road. You've taken me to places I never dreamed I'd go. You sit there in the silence, in your case or in your stand, but you always seem to come to life when I placed you in my hand. This old guitar gave me my life, my living, all the things you know I love to do. and serenade the stars that shine from a sunny mountainside. Most of all, to sing these songs for you. I love to sing these songs for you. Yes, I do, you know. I love to sing these songs for you. Ooh. I love to sing John's songs for you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. See if I can do this without tearing something up. All right, well, we got one more song for you, and I bet you all know what it is. Because I'm sure I would be in a lot of trouble if I went out of here tonight and didn't sing this song. All right. We ready?
Yep.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. All my memories gather around her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eye. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. I hear her voice in the morning hour, she calls me. The radio reminding me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday, Lord, yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. Let us hear you now. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads, take me home, down country road, take me home, down country road. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hope you had a great time. I'm going to be over here. We got some CDs. You can stop by and say hello. We'll give you a hug, whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Bennett, everyone. Carl Bennett, come on now, give it up. On behalf of everyone here at the Orange Blossom Opry, God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for coming out tonight. Come back and see us again real soon. Thank you all. Good night, everybody. Show was